They say every town has its secrets. Some are hidden behind closed doors, some whispered only in hushed voices, but then, there are those secrets soaked in blood crimes so terrifying, so cruel, that even decades later, the shadows of fear still linger. Tonight, I'll take you deep inside one such story. A story that continues to haunt an entire town, a murder that refuses to be forgotten. It began on a cold autumn night in a small, quiet town. The kind of town where everyone knows each other's name, where the streets fall silent at sunset, and where people used to leave their doors unlocked without a second thought. But that night, everything changed forever. At exactly 11:47 p.m., a young woman named Clara Davis was last seen walking home from her friend's house. Clara was only 22, full of life, with a future ahead of her. She was bright, ambitious, and loved by nearly everyone in town. But in less than an hour, she would be dead. When Clara didn't make it home, her family panicked. At first, neighbors thought she might have stayed over at her friend's place. But by morning, her mother's screams pierced the town. Clara's body had been discovered in an abandoned field, just a mile away from her home. The details of the crime shocked everyone. Clara had been brutally murdered. The medical examiner revealed she fought for her life, leaving scratches and wounds on the attacker. But whoever it was, managed to vanish without leaving a single trace. No fingerprints, no footprints, no weapon, nothing but fear. Police worked tirelessly, questioning every resident, digging through every possible lead. But strangely, almost everyone had an alibi. Except one man, a local resident named Richard Halloway. Richard was in his late 30s, quiet, withdrawn, and often seen wandering the town at night. Some called him strange, others just thought he was lonely. But after the murder, his name was on everyone's lips. When detectives questioned him, Richard appeared nervous, and when they checked his arms, they noticed scratches, deep ones. He claimed they were from working on his farm, but suspicion grew stronger. Yet, despite all eyes turning toward Richard, something didn't add up. His alibi checked out. He had been seen in a diner at the time Clara disappeared. Surveillance footage confirmed it. The police had no choice but to let him go. Weeks turned into months. The town grew restless, terrified. Parents wouldn't let their children walk alone. People stopped trusting one another, and Clara's family, they were destroyed. They wanted justice. They wanted answers, but none came. Then came a disturbing twist. Late one night, a letter appeared at the police station. A letter written in messy handwriting that read, "You'll never catch me. This town belongs to me now." It was signed with just two chilling letters. XH, who was XH. No one knew, but the message was clear. The killer was still out there, watching, taunting, living among them. Over the years, strange events continued. Another young woman went missing. Then, a family's pet was found slaughtered in their yard. Every time, suspicion returned to Richard, but the evidence never matched. It was as though the killer was always one step ahead. The town began to develop legends about the murder. Some believed it wasn't a single person at all, but a secret group. Others swore they saw a figure lurking near the field where Clara's body was found, always late at night, always silent, watching. To this day, people avoid that place after dark. But here's what makes the story even more terrifying. Decades later, cold case investigators reopened the file. DNA technology had advanced, and samples from Clara's clothing were tested once more. The results? They didn't match Richard. They didn't match anyone in the national database. It was like the killer never existed. Still, one detail remains unexplained. Detectives noted that every anniversary of Clara's death, fresh flowers appear on her grave. No one sees who leaves them. No cameras catch the visitor. Yet, every single year, without fail, they're there. Blood-red roses. Is it guilt? Is it remorse? Or is it simply the killer reminding the town that he or she is still out there, free and untouchable? Even today, residents say the town has never been the same. Clara's story is told to children as a warning. Locals whisper that if you walk past the old field at midnight, you'll hear faint footsteps behind you. Footsteps that stop when you stop, and start again when you move. Some claim to hear Clara's voice crying for help. Others say they've seen a man with glowing eyes standing by the tree line. The murder of Clara Davis remains unsolved. Her killer never faced justice, and her story has become a living nightmare for everyone who calls that town home. So now, I leave you with one chilling thought. What if the murderer still lives there? What if they walk the same streets in broad daylight, smiling at neighbors, blending in, waiting for their next victim? Because sometimes, the scariest monsters aren't hiding under your bed. They're living right next door. And that, my friends, is the murder that still haunts this town. If this story gave you chills, make sure to like this video, subscribe for more terrifying true crime tales, and share it with someone brave enough to watch till the end. And remember, the next unsolved crime I cover might just be closer to your home than you think.